Hello and welcome back. This time we are going to discuss all about composition writing. This is Dr. Edward Padama, and please support the channel by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell to alert you when a new video is uploaded. And if you have any questions regarding writing or research writing, place them at the comment box below this video and I will immediately get back to you. Let's start! By definition, the word composition came from the Latin word componere, which means to put together. So, this is a way a writer assembles words and sentences to create a coherent and meaningful work. Composition can also mean the activity of writing, the nature of the subject of a piece of writing, and the piece of writing itself. There are four main types of writing, and these are expository, persuasive, narrative, and descriptive. And they are defined as the following. Expository is writing in which author's purpose is to inform or explain the subject to the reader. Persuasive is a writing that states the opinion of the writer and attempts to influence the reader. Narrative is a form of writing in which the author tells a story or narrate. The story could be fact or fiction. Descriptive is a type of expository writing that uses the five senses to paint a picture for the reader. This writing incorporates imagery and specific details. Now we are going to have an online exercise, so get a piece of paper and write your answer for the following. You will be given sufficient time to go through the questions and write your answers. Identify which type of writing is being described. You have the following choices: expository, persuasive, narrative, and descriptive. The exercise will be divided into two parts, and you will be given sufficient time to give your answers. The first part of the exercise will be presented. That's questions 1 to 6, and I will read it twice, and then after that, we will move on to the second part. Question 1. A story about the time you got lost at Enchanted Kingdom. Again, a story about the time you got lost at Enchanted Kingdom. Question 2. A web page telling you how to write a research paper. A web page telling you how to write a research paper. Question 3. The Harry Potter books. Question 3. The Harry Potter books. Question 4. A letter to the president explaining why the tax increase is a bad idea. A letter to the president explaining why the tax increase is a bad idea. Question 5. Writing where you record details of your trip. Writing in which you record the details of your trip. Question number 6. An essay discussing a theme of Noli Me Tangere. An essay discussing the theme of Noli Me Tangere. Now we move on to the second part of the exercise. You have question number 7. An article attempting to convince readers to buy face shield. An article attempting to convince readers to buy face shield. Question number 8. A poem on the sights and sound of rain. A poem about the sights and sound of rain. Question number 9. A paper about the horrible effects of a pandemic. Question number 9. A paper about the horrible effects of a pandemic. Question 10. The cover story in the morning newspaper. The cover story in the morning newspaper. Question 11. A brochure advertising a luxury hotel and resort. A brochure advertising a luxury hotel and resort. Question 12. A paper discussing the after effects of a war. A paper discussing the after effects of a war. Question 13. Writing a research paper on the psychological effects of COVID-19. Question 13, writing a research paper on the psychological effects of COVID-19. Now let us check our answers. So question number 1, the answer is narrative. 2, expository. 3, narrative. 4, persuasive. 5, descriptive. 6, expository. 7, persuasive. 8, descriptive. 9, expository. 10, expository. 11, persuasive. 12, expository. And 13 is expository. So how many were you able to correctly answer? Now let's move on to the different parts of the composition. Mainly, it has 3 parts: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. So the introduction should contain the topic sentence, the subject that you are discussing in your paper, and a brief description of the topic. This should answer the question what. What are you writing? What is it all about? And it should be in a single paragraph with 3 to 5 sentences. The body should expound the topic or discuss the topic by presenting salient or important points of justification. This answers the question why and how. So this is an explanation of the introduction or an expound discussion of the introduction. So it should have 3 paragraphs with 3 to 5 sentences per paragraph. And then the last part is the conclusion, that is described as the resolution, and it includes a realization in the form of values, morals, lessons, suggestions, and recommendations in 1 paragraph with 3 to 5 sentences. To further expound what was discussed on the previous slide, I will be giving you points to consider during the writing of your paper. So the introduction usually includes the following information. Number 1, a general topic or the topic sentence, as mentioned earlier, contains the background context combined with an interesting and informative beginning that is likely to grasp or get the reader's attention and encourage them to read on. Second, the focus of the essay. So eliminate beating around the bush and go directly to the objective or the point of your paper. Generally, the principle is to begin with the general information statements and become more specific or focused during the introduction. This is a paragraph development that is identified or classified as inductive method of writing, from general to specific. For the body of your essay, they should include the following features. Number 1, structured argument and discussion. Number 2, one idea or main point to a paragraph. Ideally, for the body, it should only contain 3 paragraphs and 1 point for every paragraph as stated in the previous slide. And then a logical progression of these ideas. So from the first paragraph and your first point, the second paragraph should be relevant or related to the first point that you indicated, and then eventually going to the last or third paragraph. These statements should be supported with evidences, quotes, examples, statistics, etc. Opinions must be informed, not just personal opinion, and no broad generalization or unsubstantiated discussions. So everything should be substantiated by evidences. Each paragraph will follow on or be linked to the next paragraph through transitions and introductory sentences. There must be structure and continuity in your discussion. Your argument will demonstrate the capacity to apply and interpret information that you have researched and searched to verify that everything that you've written is valid and true. And the last part of your composition is the conclusion that should contain the following. It should establish what you consider to be the main point of your discussion, a summary of the main point of your paper. Does not introduce any new information, so do not divert or do not go out of your discussion. Focus on what you have established to discuss and stay with that discussion. Draws together the main ideas of the essay in a summary of the major points, arguments raised in the body, and how they are related. So you summarize all the points that you made in the body and make a general statement. So we'd like to thank the reference for these considerations in writing your composition paper. And I would also like to thank you for joining me until the last part of this discussion. Thank you, and please support the channel by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell to alert you when a new video is uploaded. If you have any questions regarding research writing or writing, place them at the comment box below this video and I will immediately get back to you. Thank you, stay safe, and God bless. Bye!